everybody.
Hi.
So glad we're back.
Yeah, what is it, episode 6?
I think so.
Episode
6 of Reclaim Your Real Self.
Yes.
Okay. So, Eric and I have been chatting about all the things we want to discuss. And of course, I usually look at what's going on in our lives. So Erica was awesome with describing what was happening with her last week. And for me, I've had a lot of stuff happening in my life when it comes to physical pain, because that's how a lot of the issues that I'm dealing with emotionally, spiritually show up in my body. Straight up physical pain. And so I've had...
Sorry, I'm just really uncomfortable on the stool.
You're leaving.
No, I'm like, hey.
Yeah, she's got a stool. I got a nice back chain.
Yeah.
I know.
Terrible labor conditions.
Horrible. Okay. So we're talking about... so I've had a lot of headaches lately, and I have always, suffered from headaches for as long as I can remember, honestly. And so, but these ones have been being really intense and really constant. This feeling of constant pressure.
I can't. My back is so, I can't sit on here.
Do you want to get a different chair?
Yeah. Okay,
Okay. We're back.
Well, yeah, different spots. I now have a blanket, and I have a backrest.
And she has a heater sitting right here.
And I have a heater.
She's cold.
It's freaking freezing in here, and you always oh my god, we're sweating. I'm literally shivering. I'm shivering.
Different stages of life, my love.
Well, alright.
Okay. So, what were we saying? Pressure, pain. Mm-hmm. Here, you wrap yourself up there.
Thank you.
All good? Take care of that. There we go.
Oh, it's actually too hot.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I turned it off.
Turned it down. Yeah, because it was on you. I was shivering. Okay.
Okay. So, can we focus?
Yes.
You sure? Yeah. Okay. So I've had a lot of pressure in my head, and it was literally like this. And it's interesting because as much as I've known that my body holds, literally holds everything, that is not in homeostasis for me, in my highest. I need to look at it. I actually wasn't putting the actual feelings into words until my homeopathic doctor was asking me to describe the actual feelings of what I was feeling in these different areas that I was having concerns in. And I came home because when she was asking me at that moment, I didn't have a headache. So I couldn't really put words into it. And I came home, got a headache. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so clear. It's just pressure. Pressure, pressure, pressure. And Erica would ask, what are you feeling pressure in, Mom?
That's what I thought the right answer
That's
was.
what she was going to ask.
Yes.
I, on the other hand, had to do some pretty deep soul searching to figure that one out. So we wanted to talk about should do's, have to do's, and ought to do's. Mm. And Erica, do you think there's anything in our life that we should do, have to do, and ought to do?
No. I think everything should be out of inspiration and a state where you feel you're in flow and you're connected and this is the real you. And I think a lot of times women feel like they have a lot of pressure on the should do's, to do's, have to do's, whatever your 3 things were.
Should do's, have to do's, ought to do's?
Which I'm curious, what is the difference between ought to do and the rest?
I don't know. Somebody just said that sometime with me.
Okay.
Actually, it was Will. William Linville is my facilitator. He, no should do's, have to do's, or ought to do's, Jennifer. What do you want to do?
I would like to get his definition on all those. I forget what I was even saying, to be honest.
So you're talking about women and their feelings of their should do's, have to do's, and...
Yeah. Take on, obviously, I'm not a mother, but I can see, there's those type of, societal expectations on women that they have to be the provider when it comes from, a marital or a mom status. They have to be the one cooking the meals. They have to be the ones with the children. Traditionally speaking.
And sadly, it's still kind of sitting, it's still there in our society and as our identity.
And I think definitely women do enjoy those aspects of it. I think there is, a part of it. Women. But I think... also at the same time there's a lot of pressure on that, and you feel like you have to, and it's not coming from a state that you genuinely want to and love to do.
That's right. And so a lot of the work that I've done over the years, and really I think one of the first times that Will, who I just mentioned earlier, had asked me about like whole should do's, have to do's, was about cooking meals for your family. And it's like just a given as a mother that that's what we're supposed to do in general for most families in Western society, in the culture that we've grown up in. And I wasn't enjoying it. I was causing me distress, honestly. And my kids were actually at a stage where they were very capable of being able to manage the kitchen by themselves. So I made a very clear decision to not cook a meal out of any need, have to do. And the only time I now cook is from an inspired space, from a want to, from a loving space. So I'm not carrying anybody, and it feels so much different. But actually I've had a little bit of a backlash from the kids, mostly my daughters, not Kyle, about this kind of role that I should have been taking on, but they do forget that I was doing it when they were younger. And because they've seen it as that's a mother's duty. So I've been kind of breaking a lot of paradigms within our family. And honestly, even if they were younger, if we're talking about we're talking with moms who are have little kids, like even if they were younger, and I was sitting in that same space, I would have made the decision not to do it anymore, because there's always other options. Does one of the kids love to cook? Could I support on them, and can we make that be a communal thing that we do together? Does my husband want to step up and do something about that? Is there takeout and healthy takeouts and options that are possible? Is there mass like meal prepping? Like there's lots of different options in any aspect in any stage of our lives that we can do if it's something that is not that we want to do, but yet we think we're supposed to because society says so. So that was my first time really looking at, like, I'm not going to put myself in a space where it is not in my highest to do it. And until I can get into a space of wanting to do it, I won't do it. But of course, there's all aspects of our lives. And I was putting a lot of pressure on myself just recently, where these headaches were going on for months, like they were not stopping. And I was trying to kind of look at my life, what was happening with me, to see where it was coming from. And a friend was helping me, and she like really just asked me, like, do you want to like do all this administrative stuff that you're doing? And because I have a lot of different kind of jobs in my life, from household administration to my husband's business administration to the administration aspect of this business that I'm doing with my coaching. And it can get overwhelming. So every time I put my glasses on and I would sit down in front of the computer, my head would just go crazy, to the point where I couldn't actually physically do it. So not only did I not want to do it, I felt like I had to do it, and I could not actually physically do it. So my body was taking me out, telling me that I was not thinking in a clear state. So I had to step back, look at the things that I wanted to do in my life, and let go of the rest, and see who else can take that over, if it even needs to be done. What do I want? And I was putting so much pressure on myself and so much meaning behind all these different things that I was doing, that I wasn't actually stepping back and looking at really what I wanted. And I was making it all mean something about what I thought my husband wanted me to do, what I thought my kids needed me to do. So I kind of got stuck in that, and it physically manifested. And literally, and then I had a really awesome conversation with Erica, and she helped me see some other stuff, and it was pretty magical. I'm pretty sure the headaches went away within the conversation with Erica, and we are now a week in. I had headaches come back yesterday, and that's something we'll talk about in another conversation. And I had to do more deep dives into what was going on, how I was thinking, and I did that this morning, and they're gone.
Right.
So it's pretty impressive to watch your body tell you when you're out of alignment, tell you when you're in flow. And I have made these decisions over and over again that I just will not be out of a state of alignment if I can so choose, because I'm not having fun.
Yeah, it's not
It's
fun
not
to have
fun.
headaches. It's not fun to have these physical triggers and reminders that you're out of flow. And
Yeah.
I think also it's important to note that not everyone may feel physical.
That's right.
Like,
that's what presents for me.
Yeah, you are big on that. And I think I have that a little bit, but I think mine shows up in more of like a emotional context. Like, I think like I'll be feeling like super sad or depressed, or I'll feel numb, or I'll just feel like drained. Yeah, so I think a lot of times it shows up like emotionally for me, and I think other people can relate to that. It's not always has to be a physical reminder.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And honestly, it started out with me more emotional. I know I always was physical, but I definitely have the emotional stuff too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
One. So there's definitely going to be different ways, and you're going to get to know yourself. I mean, be very introspective and get to know yourself and know what is the things that get you out of alignment. And if you can do that more often than not, to look at where is there pain, where are you feeling stuck, where are you feeling angst, where are you feeling like there's things you think you want to do but you can't get to them. Mm-hmm. Right? All of those things are some signs for you to stop, slow down, connect again to the heart, breathe, really connect to your real self, and see what it is you want to do. And of course, I've talked about this before, but for me, it's like, even this morning when I was going through some stuff, I was trying to go through it in my head, and I'm like, it just isn't as quick and fast as it is for me to journal. Mm-hmm. So I like get out my Outlook on my phone, which is where I'm holding my journals these days because my phone's always with me, and I just start writing, and it just becomes so clear for me. Like, it's just boom, 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 boom. This is where I'm holding. This is what I'm seeing. And then talking to people that love you, that have insights that where you're not stuck, they can see a lot clearer. And that was Erica last week. Super helping me see things a lot clearer, because I was stuck in my own stuff, right? And when we're stuck in our own stuff, it's hard to see past it. And that's why it's super important for you to find the people in your life, and or to reach out to people that you know and trust and that can help you. So yeah. I'm feeling a lot better, and it feels amazing. And so all the decisions, so now it's like looking at, okay, so how do we live from this space, right? And we've made this decision. We understand that there's no should do's, have to do's, or ought to do's. And now there's things that we would like to have done in our house, like, cleaning up the house, your to-do list, all those things. Like, what does that look like when you're not living in a space of should-dos? And so that's where the kind of fun begins, honestly. And it's looking at, okay, I've made these choices in my life. Do they line up with what I want and what my passions are? Number one. And if they don't, take a good look. If they do, get yourself in the state before you do it. Get yourself connected, breathe, feel if that's what you want to do at the time. And if it is, have at her. Like, go for it. If it isn't, get yourself in the state before you do it, because you can do that too. You can talk yourself into something, you can talk yourself out of something. Mm-hmm. But really, it's living what I call an inspired life. And if it's not feeling right, that means you're out of alignment. And so what tools do you use to get yourself back into alignment? Or, have you given yourself a break? Have you given what I call Jennifer time to myself, which is like giving yourself the grace and the space to shift, to catch up with yourself and what's going on in your life, whether it's a walk or moving your body in some other way, to singing and hobbies and joys. Mm-hmm. And creativity and those things, they'll get you much back in. So that those things, like, no, I don't necessarily want to physically clean my room, but I certainly love my room clean and organized, and that inspired action will get me to a clean room, which I get to live in. Yeah. Right? So I'm going to clean my room because I want that room done. That's the inspired action. So I get into the state, put some music on, get the vacuum out, dance while I'm doing it. These are all different little things that you can do to do those, say, quote unquote, mundane things, if you have the vision of what you want for that. So hopefully that helps. Do you have any questions, Miss Erica?
No.
No.
I don't think so. I think I just wanted to touch on the when you were saying that like it's really helpful to get things down on like your journaling app or whatever you're using, because I find that too. Like I find when I'm laying in bed and I'm just thinking in my thoughts and trying to work through things, like I just keep going in circles and circles, and I keep making like a mountain out of a molehill, and I think I keep just being extreme with things. But as soon as I like start writing it down or have a conversation with you or my cousin, like we're able to like work things through, and it actually brings so much more clarity than like just me having it up in my brain trying to figure it out by myself. Like I think there's obviously like I think it's obviously important to try to work through it yourself too, but talking to someone else, getting a different perspective.
And sometimes like, the times that you can handle it yourself, and the times that you're like, no, I just need support and love.
Yeah.
Right? And so reaching out, there's so many people out there. So reaching out for that is really important for your health and well-being.
For sure.
So I hope you have a great day. I hope you can learn and pick up some stuff from us. If you have any questions, please comment below. We're super happy to answer anything. And if you have any ideas that you want us to talk about, or any like topics that you're interested in hearing from, just like comment or DM or face or whatever, all those different things, messenger us, whatever you feel comfortable doing, and we'd love to connect. So I hope you have a great day.